Hello, everybody. My name is Puppeteen from I Love Puppets here on the Xtreme Movie Show. Yes, we're back again for episode 9 of Kung Fu. This is the Puppet Takeover with me, Puppeteen, and that loyal amphibian we all know and love, Froggy!
Hello!
Hello, Froggy. Are you excited about to talk about Kung Fu like I am?
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done this. I'm really excited. I'm ready to go hiking in the woods. You see, I'm already out there. It's kind of dark.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned hiking because that is exactly what this episode features. So where we left off, I think we'll go right into a recap. Where we left off, Nicki had just learned the truth about her family, about the sword being their destiny. And so she's going over some old letters of her aunts that her mother gave her. She and Henry are starting to go over them, and ultimately they agree that the best chance that they have to face Zalin is to find her aunt. She knows the most about the sword. It's the best lead they have. And so they decide that's exactly what they have to do. With the information she gets from Henry and her ex, Evan, Nicki is able to deduce that her aunt's last location was in a small town in Canada. Both Henry and Evan want to go with her, and then Nicki agrees. And
we find out why her ex wants to go there, because he just broke up with his fiance or girlfriend, and he's trying to get back with Nicki.
We know.
That's swine.
Well, do you have a thing against pigs?
Well, cops too, but.
Oh no! Well, I guess this is the right show for it. If you asked 4 episodes ago, but anyway, they are on their way to Canada, and the two guys, Henry and Evan, they are actually having a conversation while Nicki's napping in the back, and the tension seems to push on. They have a small fight in a local bar, and Nicki and her love interests are looking for a cabin that could potentially lead to her Aunt Mei Li. Looking around, they find this cabin and they're walking, and initially Nicki's alone, and she sees a bunch of carvings. And in a tree stump, it looks like. On the thumbnail, actually, you can see the face of Mei Li. And it doesn't last long. You know why? Because a man named Duke points a shotgun at her and tells her to turn around because he's not welcoming these visitors. He's expecting someone, it seems. And quickly, Nicki is able to prove that she is Mei Li's niece with a call from her mom. Duke from there says that he did meet Mei Li and only got to see her a few times, but she saved his life. And so he says, if you want to find her, I can tell you, but you're going to have to go alone. You can't take your boyfriends with you. And so she agrees. And so she is hiking through the woods.
Yeah, and I want to point out the guy who plays Duke. That's the cop from Corner Gas.
Yeah.
That is Lauren Michael, or sorry, Lauren Cardinal. I don't know where Michael came from.
Yes, he is. If you watch that is a.
He is a Canadian television actor. He's 5'11", and she must be like 5'3". She must be short because he's tall.
Yes. I did not realize just how tall he was. I haven't thought about it. But in the wilderness alone, she meets a couple wolves and saves a wolf and has some animal bonding moments. Did you connect with those animal bonding experiences, Froggy?
Yeah, I ran away from the wolf.
You ran away from that wolf?
Yeah.
Oh, you were there?
I was there. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I'm still here.
You're still there. Oh no. Is she still out there in those woods?
Maybe. I don't know.
Actually, she is not. She eventually finds the property in which her aunt was staying. Goes in and finds some notes and tapes. And she listens in and learns that Mei Li, from her own words, she says, "For the journey to continue, my journey must come to an end. But if you're listening to this, this is your beginning." And so it seems that she died. And somebody buried her. We don't know who. While Nicki was on this little trip, Evan admitted to Henry that he and Sabine have broken up. And so that information is to him now. It's now a may the best man win situation. Althea in this episode is dealing with some personal issues. She learns of a student named Courtney.
Oh yeah, because she held a session. She's trying to get back in the work field. Yeah. So she married. She's a computer genius and all that stuff. So she started doing this, and she's holding a session to realize that nobody uses that lingo code anymore. They use new stuff. So she kind of blows it. But then that girl reaches out to her and says, "Yeah, I just got offered. Don't worry. She's like, I understand that. You kind of blew it. The session, but guess what? I still look up to you, and that makes kind of Althea smile. But also, she tells Althea that she got a job at Chase, whatever it was, Chase Morgan, or whatever it was called.
Yeah, the
guy who basically
boss.
The guy who molested her.
Yeah.
So, and she says like, no, you could do better than that. Do your own, because she said he basically micromanages, which is a nice save because she signed the NDA. She can't really say anything.
Yeah. And Althea tells her brother, Ryan, who doesn't have a lot to do in this episode because his boyfriend's away.
Yeah, and was it Althea that told him, take the time. It's just, you're away from me. You can do whatever you want. Stretch your legs out. So don't worry about it. Yeah, but I want to point out though, there's a scene at the very end of this, and you see Althea crying, going up to her boyfriend. I wonder if she told him the truth.
Oh yes. I'm pretty sure she does tell her fiance Dennis, I believe his name is, the truth behind, her boss, what he did to her. And I believe she breaks her NDA. And she tells Courtney to protect her. And
I don't remember her telling Courtney.
Well, no, she went around it. To break her NDA. That's what I meant to say.
She didn't say anything bad about the company. She didn't tell you about what happened, but she just told her, advised her to go somewhere else.
Yes. But she decides after talking with Ryan that she's going to need to break her NDA.
Mm-hmm.
That way, the boss is exposed. That's not going to be good because she already spent that money, I believe. But we're going to have to wait and see where that leads to. As for the other characters in this episode, Nicki's parents get a chance to reconnect after
and reconcile, basically.
Huh?
Yeah, they reconcile because Nicki tells her that her sister's dead. And and then she starts crying and all, and she on the phone, and then the dad comes in and basically comforts her. He realizes, you know what, it's not worth it. He just goes and he says, I'm done. I'm going to be a husband.
Yeah.
Which is, instead of being, holding a grudge. Which I thought was really sweet of him.
He's a good man. He really is.
He is.
Hurt, but he puts his own hurt aside when she is in pain.
And then I don't think we talked about the villain.
Xylan. Yes. She and her new friend, Kerwin Tan, are trying to she wants his father's help. And Kerwin says, no, I'm not going to talk to my father because my father is an abusive piece of crap. Just to say. Yeah,
because the whole deal was that she brought this, she could translate the scroll because he had the scroll. And they did that, but now they need his help with something. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, well, he is supposed to have more information. I believe he in fact has some of the data that she was looking for because her uncle sold it to Mr. Tan, his father.
Well, that's scrolls, yeah. Yeah.
But they seem to be getting pretty close, which is a little odd.
Well, yeah, and she's at all secrets, are on the table now, and she lifted up her little hidden door, revealed the weapons, which I think is gonna blow back on her because I think that guy's gonna basically become the new villain.
Yeah, no, he's absolutely.
I think he's playing her.
Yeah, and I think she's trying to play him, but I think he'll get the upper hand, and they'll probably try to redeem Xylan. But one last thing to talk about. Nicki tells her mom about Mei Li at the end, and they share a moment, and you can tell that she's really hurting.
Well, yeah, I just told that, and the dad went to comfort her.
No. This is after, because when the dad comforts her, she is talking to Duke, explaining how Mei Li was her hero, and so no, Mei Li is the mom. What's the aunt's name? I can't remember. But this is after. At the very end, when Nicki comes, and she doesn't even actually say anything, but with a look and a nod, they both know the truth. And it's a very, I would say it's a very sombering moment. And it's not bad. This episode is actually really strong in a lot of areas. I mean, there's not a lot of fighting, but it does lend itself to the characters. And it leads to growth, and that is what is important. As for next week's episode, we talked a lot about what happened in this episode. Really solid in a lot of areas. It pushes the plot forward, which is important. Next week's episode doesn't look like it's going to do that, and that does worry me because we don't want another riot episode.
No, we'll get one of those.
Well, I hope so. The next episode just looks a little silly to me. But we will wait and see, and we will review it next time on the Puppet Takeover of Kung Fu. As for Froggy and me, we are so happy to be here. Also, since you're here anyway, and you should consider subscribing to the Xtreme Movie Show. And after you do that, there's a nifty little channel called I Love Puppets. You can go there, check it out. We do a lot of reviews there, too.
Yeah.
Roger and me. And if you just want more of us, just head over there. I think that about covers it, though. If you're watching this, make sure to like and comment. Let us know what you're thinking about this show if you're watching it. Or even from the things that we've told you. We just want to hear from you. And until next time, we want to thank you one last time, Froggy and myself. And we want to always remind you to stay extreme!